How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today, we're talking about the overall crypto market, some big crypto news, why all crypto YouTube creators and maybe all YouTube creators in general might leave the platform, and talking about a major event that's coming this week. Now, before we get into it, if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button, I appreciate that. There's also a link down there right here. You can see, you scroll down the video and you can hit moomoo. They'll give you up to 15 free stocks, and they'll also give you a $10 deposit when you deposit any amount. So sign up. Depending on how much you deposit, you can get more free stocks. If you're in Australia as well, they give you up to $50. So check out that link. Now, we have the overall crypto market looking pretty good here today. We're still above $1.05 trillion. Bitcoin is at 21.3. Ethereum's over 1600. You can see on the Bitcoin chart, we're at a really interesting level. We kind of bounced off about 21,100. And as you can see here, this has been around a pretty significant area of resistance over the last couple weeks, where we bumped up against about 21,000. And if we scroll back a little bit too, to where we made that big run back in September up to, well, about 23,000, you can see that we bounce off about 21,100 again as support here. So it's an interesting level. Hopefully we hold this $21,100 mark. If not, we could definitely break down, but there's also obviously a lot of upside too with a big event that's coming this week, which we'll get into. Now, overall, you have to remember that Bitcoin, maybe it seems like it's expensive compared to where it's been over the last couple months, but if you're looking long-term, this still is a relatively cheap level. This rainbow chart for Bitcoin shows that we're still in the basically a fire sale area. And we actually touched down below that. We've only seen that a few times, like back in 2020, we bounced below it. And we went from about 3,000 all the way up to 69,000. Now, that's not to say that we are definitely going up from here and that we're just going up into a bull market. But I think it is important sometimes to remember that long term, this is a pretty good price. Now, I personally have slowed down my DCA a bit just because I had been DCAing so much under 20,000, but I still continue to buy because of that. Now, we did get some pretty big news from Solana here today. So if you look down here, Solana was up about 10% on the last 7 days, and it actually had a relatively large spike just yesterday, where it went from $35.50 all the way up to $38.55. So why that happened was because they have a big Solana event right now, and they announced that Google Cloud is becoming a Solana validator. So the reason that they're doing this, they said that they want to participate in and validate the network. So Google has gone in on this company along with a few others, and they are trying to take part in it, be a little bit more active in cryptocurrency. Now, that's not necessarily going to change the overall crypto market, but I think it is overall really good when tech companies jump in and want a little piece of the action. With that being said, I think it is important too, just to know that not every article or every piece of information you read is necessarily correct, and that sometimes people just are writing because that's what's going to get clicks. For example, yesterday, 18 hours ago, Cointelegraph, which I really like, they posted an article saying the market is hot, but Solana is not. Data explains why Sol price is lagging. And in this, just a few hours after this, it spiked 15, 20%. And part of this is because they talked about how October 11, they had a decentralized finance application on the Solana network suffering a $116 million hack. And while this is a problem, and while Solana has gone down several times, something like this, I think, gives the impression that it's Solana's fault, but it's just a decentralized app on Solana that had an issue. So we have to keep our heads on. We have to make sure that we know what's going on in the market, because otherwise you may be fudded out of your investment if you don't really understand what's happening behind the scenes. Now, at the beginning of the video, I did talk about how, some crypto creators or some creators in general might be leaving YouTube because of some reason, and the reason is Elon Musk. So recently he tweeted that Twitter is going to add the ability to attach long-form text to tweets, ending absurdity of notepad screenshots, followed by creator monetization of all forms of content. This is including long form. Now, I'm going to continue to make videos on YouTube, but they say here that they could do up to 42-minute chunks at 1080 resolution for the new blue. So you could break up a longer video, and they're going to get rid of that 42-minute maximum soon. But I think this is just showing how great Elon Musk will be with Twitter and just great in general because he's actually asking what they should do. He literally says, "How does YouTube monetization work, and what could we do, and what could we do better?" So that is the kind of CEO that you want in your company, and I think it will be important to watch what Elon Musk does going forward, obviously, because of the fact that he is so influential and is just a great businessman. Now, this has caused some commotion, obviously, in the crypto market as well, because a lot of people think Dogecoin is going to be used on Twitter as a form of payment or maybe as their logo. But this article talks about how other cryptos are doing well as well, like Polygon, with the adoption by JP Morgan and Meta and Starbucks. So there's still a lot of building happening in this kind of bear market, but it is important to make sure that you keep your head on, make sure that you don't go, all into any cryptos, in my opinion. Now, with that in mind, we may have a major event coming this week. It's actually coming in just a few days, and I haven't seen too many people talk about it yet, but we do have the next CPI reading. This is going to be November 10. So that's going to be an awesome date, a really interesting date to pay attention to. We're going to see what is going to drive the market here for the next few weeks. Is it going to be fear? Is it going to be greed? If CPI comes down significantly, obviously the markets will do quite well and risk assets will do phenomenally. Definitely crypto, especially because it already has a little bit of momentum without really a ton of news. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this underneath the video. If you want to trade on margin, if you want to get some sweet sign-up bonuses, check out the link to BitGet underneath the video. And there's also a link down there to get those free stocks. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.